my first trip going to sea, fishing, it was like 100 days. I didn't know what was going on at home. I didn't know my girlfriend was still there, It's one of those things.
Not saying I don't miss them, because I do miss them. But it's just different. I'm busy.
I'm up every morning at 6. I'll go down and have a coffee. I'll check the news, either through the satellite TV or my iPhone, or, check the local news. And then I'll send the wife a message. And then at 7:30, 7:45, we get together as a group on board, 6 of us, and we discuss the daily work plan for the day. And it goes from there.
So for about 28 years, I guess, I commute back and forth to St. John's. I work in mental health and addictions as a registered nurse. For so many years, I went part-time after we had our son back in '94, basically to be home while my husband Aiden worked at sea. He was gone for 6 weeks at a time at that time. Working part-time, I had my son taken care of by my sister. She was my babysitter. And it was quite difficult going back and forth. I had to work at 9 o'clock in the night going over and picking up him and bringing him home, and then he'd have school. And I would try to be there for every activity, school activities, hockey, dirt biking, whatever he was into. I felt I needed to be there because of his father not being there.
When I come home, it's like you're in love all over. It's all I can say is like you're in love all over. First thing you do, you know what I mean? You miss one another. You just go in and it's one of them. She knows how I feel. Now, is it like it in 3 weeks' time?
For sure, the romance it's still there. I'm no doubt about it. The first thing when he comes, besides planning the supper, the romance is is what happens after 33 days. Is that's where you go, right? Yeah.
Oh, you take good care of her?
Oh, yes. She knows you're home.
Oh, she knows now.
She's babies.
The house is untidy. Oh, crazy.
When he's coming home, I always make sure that everything is tidy and clean around the house and outside. Have a plan of what we're going to have maybe to cook for supper. And when he comes home, we'll sit down and we'll maybe have a drink and have a chat about how things were, where he is and stuff. Of course, our son is always the main topic of our conversation.
You're at home.
We are home.
In the house, in the dining room. Are you guys sailing now, or?
No. Well, they got the barge beach, right?
Yeah.
With the barge up until I went down. We're here now until the tide goes up, so we gotta get the barge back in.
Oh,
So
yeah.
who's documentary?
It's through Memorial University. We'll show you when the film
Are
is.
you with him right now?
Oh yeah, you are too.
You are too. How'd your video go yesterday?
Good. Done that search for a man overboard drill.
So, are you finished that now?
No, we're still at St. John's.
Oh, I think you got quite the stash going, son. We've had differences, myself and Yumpo. We have our differences because I didn't raise them. Zula raised them. That makes a difference. Because I'm gone. I mean, I can't come home and try to change something that she's after doing. And influence? Well, maybe it must have some influence on because he's gone to sea himself. So, I'm glad he decided to go to sea.
Raising a child and basically raising them by myself for half of the year with my husband being gone has been quite challenging through the years. I would make decisions of the do's and don'ts of whatever he did in his life, but maybe Aiden didn't agree to a lot of it, but I was home, so I had to do what I had to do. And it was quite stressful for our relationship on times with those decisions, with raising a child. Yeah, without a doubt.
I worried about him even just a couple of years ago. He was on just a small boat out of the shore down the bay on a small Coast Guard boat, and the weather was foul. And they had to go offshore in the morning to recover some crab gear because he was with Coast Guard, but on a small boat. It was a beautiful morning, but the weather turned foul. And I never had communications with him when he left coming in. I should know difference, but I guess it's a parent instinct. I worried about him until I heard from him. I almost passed out, actually. I almost died thinking about him. I shouldn't do that, but but I did do it.
I try not to worry about Aiden while he's at sea. Sometimes when it's really, really windy here and the walls are shaking and I'm thinking, oh, I wonder what it's like for him out at sea. But then I shift my mind and say, well, you know what, it might not be near, because where he is probably a total different environment. Maybe he don't have the wind like I'm hearing. So I shut my mind off to think that he is in heavy seas or having a lot of wind. I just try not to think of him being unsafe. Even though I know where he's working and I could expect the call any time, I really try not to even think that he's in danger.
Yeah, it's dangerous. We work on one of the most dangerous vessels in the world anyway, because all we carry is flammable goods. We carry crude oil and it's extremely flammable. The ocean is formidable. It just, shows no mercy, right? And don't think because you're on something that's 1,000 foot long, there can't be nothing go wrong. It can go wrong in a hurry too, because it doesn't go wrong in good weather. When the weather is fine, we all sail, it's fine. But when the weather is horrible, that's when it goes wrong.
When I first started going back and forth to St. John's, our winters were really, really bad, a lot worse than what they are today. I drove in many snowstorms, and for me, I wouldn't give my employer to say that, I was going to miss work because of a snowstorm. I would make every effort, and maybe I was jeopardizing my life, and Aiden, we would get into a little bit of fight sometimes, a disagreement about it, because he would say, Colleen, you can't go because it was so bad. But I went anyway, many times. It was pretty treacherous.
It takes a special lady to stay with a person that goes to sea. Not go to sea, go out there for an hour and come back. For a person to go to sea and spend days on end at sea, whether you be fishing offshore or working in whatever type of vessel you work on, it takes a very special lady.
When we're both at home, we do enjoy going out and boat. I've been getting my moose license in the last couple of years, so I do enjoy moose hunting. So he's a very, very avid hunter in a lot of aspects of different things. So I've gotten into, you can't, you join him, that kind of way. Yeah. So I've gotten into hunting as well with him. But out and boat has been a big part of our life. That's what we do.
I did well. As all I can tell you is I did well going to sea. Now, and granted, Zula is a working lady also, working person too. But I did very, very well going to sea, so, and I wouldn't change that for nothing, nope.
Of course, we all make decisions, our choices to do what we're doing in life with our work. We chose to move out of Beirne Bay from St. John's, even though I had a job in St. John's, because Aiden would be gone for 6 weeks at a time, and he didn't like be in St. John's doing nothing. So I sacrificed to say, okay, well, I'll go out of Beirne Bay and live. Even though I'm saying sacrifice, but I have family here and we want to have a child or children. So I knew that by being in town to have a child, have babysitting, would be issues with doing shift work. So we kind of compromised with everything with out here, part-time, Aiden's gone away. That's the life he chose. And so it was either I'm going to like it or lump it or whatever. I'm sure there's a lot of marriages that fail because of people working away, have no desire to move away outside of Newfoundland at all, even though our weather is not that great, but it's home. And in regards to our son working away, that I guess that's all he ever knew as well with his father. And me, every second Christmas, one of us were gone. The occasions, he don't know any different. And this is all I know, so that's our life.
When I'm getting ready to go to work, she'll tell you, I prefer the day I'm leaving if she will be working, gone off to work. I get up in the morning, or if I'm going back to work, that evening we'll go in, we'll pack up my bag, get all my paperwork in order. Play around a bit, Next morning she's working, I'm good with her working. Because, it's difficult. I get up in the morning, she's gone, I'll maybe get a coffee, watch a bit of news, something like that. And I know, I'm hoping this is going to answer it. I shouldn't say make it easier, but if she's not there, it is easier. But if she's there, it's like, geez, I don't want this. I have this feeling I don't want to go back. And when she's not there, I'm not getting that feeling.
It's kind of we're a little bit irritable because it's like, okay, he knows it's time to go back. After 33 days, I know it's time for him to go back as well. But in the beginning, everything was pretty exciting, and I was so lonely when he would go away, and he would be gone for 6 weeks. So I would be very, very upset when he's going to go, hate it for him to go, as a matter of fact, back then. But through the years, like I said, you just grow, it grows on you. And his time away is a little lessened than what it was back when he first started out. So it is not near as bad as what it was.